Hello everyone, and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Cancer for the week of April 20th. And I would like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. As well as all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And also hitting the hype button. Thank you so much for doing that for me. As well as all those lovely comments. It is truly nice to hear from each and every one of you. It certainly makes my week, and I hope I help yours as well. So thank you for taking time out to do that for me, because it really is appreciated. All right. The Hanged Man. So, you've decided to take a different look at something that's going on right now. You're weighing up the pros and cons of it, taking a second look, going within a little bit, asking yourself that question of, what it is that you want right now, and letting go of some things in order to make new progress in another area. So you're taking a view, you're thinking really deep about this. And you will get the insight that is needed for yourself, like the clarifications, understandings. Some of you are perhaps talking to somebody about this, just trying to figure out how you can make yourself go forward, like in an area that you're desiring. Oh, nice. Ace of Pentacles. That's the yes card from the universe. Isn't that nice? Looks like there could be a small windfall here for some of you. Woof. Which would set you up quite nicely. Now, this is definitely the card for tangible goods, material gains, power. Looks like some of you are looking into talking to somebody about making investments for your future. And also taking care of your health. Exercising a little bit more, not overindulging in things, really owning your health. Yeah, look at the karma. Nice. Because you really do give from the heart. And you have been giving for a long time, helping others, with nothing looking for a return for doing it other than your good nature. And this is now the universe giving back to you for all you have done. So that's beautiful. So you're stepping out of the shadows and into the light and get to rejoice. Be happy. Accept what is on display for you. Seven of Cups. So you're going to need to make a decision. You've been really, going through your mind at different ways to make your future better. And you've thought about different ideas, but you haven't really taken action on anything. But it looks like this week you're finally realizing you need to make a decision. Pick one, go with it, see what happens. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So you're giving yourself the answer this week to step into something totally new for yourself. Yeah, the Ace of Rods. Absolutely. Opportunities knocking. Looks like a new career for some of you. Creative projects getting off the ground. This is an opportunity from the universe, and it's lining up for you. So this is a very blissful adventure. This is your spark of inspiration, making your choices, letting go of some things from your past, like choices, whatever. That's just life. But you're now made a, executive decision on your life moving forward. So out with the old and in with the new. And the Six of Cups, look at that, a little bit of nostalgia. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can look back at the past of something that has happened, or you've said, or you've done, or you've been through. And it just gives you back that, few minutes of smile on your face, just remembering when things were much more lighthearted, going forward for yourself. Maybe you set a goal when you were younger and you've accomplished plus. And the Knight of Pentacles. So definitely taking care of your finances. It looks like there's travel for some of you. Off the beaten path a little bit. You know, dipping your toes in the sand. Maybe you've traveled to somewhere exotic. But you are okay. Right now, you've already planted your seeds, so you can take this little bit of a holiday. Just to unwind, not think about stuff so much, get out of your own head and out of your own way, and just enjoy the moment without consequences. Oh, nice. 2 of Cups. So there's a connection coming in. Sorry for the squeaks. But this can be in a new romance for some of you, you know. But there's a connection here that is really going to take you to a different level in your life. Like I said, if this is coming together with another partner, because this is partnership in some form. Now this can be in partnership as somebody that you are going to live with, or this can be partnership as in, you know, starting that new job or your enterprise, and somebody is coming on board with you. So there's many different ways of looking at that, but it's going to be filled with optimism going forward. And the 5 of Pentacles, yeah, definitely taking care of your finances, understanding just how important some of these decisions that you are making or have just made is in your life for your finances. So you've made some investments, and now you're just sort of seeing what comes out of this. You know, 5 of Pentacles usually means some sort of financial loss. Maybe you put some money out for something and, you know, it wasn't all that you had planned it to be. Or this could be you just worrying up in your head a little bit too much this week about not having enough finances. Not that it has happened, but you're just stressing about it. The possibilities of. And the Tower card, yeah, changing. Something around you really showed you, like you got a spark of inspiration here. There's no way around that. But this is a sudden change, and it's, you know, going to cause a little bit of concern around you, but this is your awakening. This is your aha moment. You know, you finally got the insight of what you need to do to act on something. So you're not waiting. You've already started, but you just haven't shared it with anybody. And the 3 of Rods, very nice. So you're definitely looking to travel, foreign countries for some of you. You're making progress on something. You're forging ahead. This is your enterprise. And it may take you to farther shores than what you had anticipated, but there is an opportunity here, and you are very much aware of knowing it's time to take that leap of faith. And the King of Swords, yes, you're coming into your own power, your own strength and determination. You're filled with new ideas. You know, if there's any kind of problems, you're dealing with them. You know, if there's any obstacles in your way for your, you know, step forward, you're clearing it out. Some of you are, you know, finding solutions that you didn't even know there was a problem. But you've already figured it out and you've already corrected so it doesn't come to light. There's some people around you that might have been taking some credit for something you have done, and you're not allowing that either. You know, you're standing up for what is right in your life. So, but you're definitely paying attention to your health. So good for you for doing that. And the 3 of Cups. Nice. So it looks like a celebration of some sort. A get together. This is definitely a joyful occasion. This could be a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday, graduation. There were so many things for people to get together and just celebrate the joy in the moment. And that's what you're doing here. You're out celebrating, getting along with people, just having a good time and allowing yourself the moment not to think about anything else. So you're with people that you really click with, you get along with, they're happy to see you, you're happy to see them, and things are really starting to progress in a good way. And the Knight of Swords, yeah, there's definitely travel plans, absolutely. You know, this is something that you have wanted to do. Looks like a few people in your life have, you know, said something or done something, and you didn't really agree with it the first round, but now you're cooling down the relationships. Like, you're not just at people's beck and call anymore. You're understanding you're a free agent, and you're, you know, doing you now. So yeah, you may not get along with some people all of a sudden because they're so used to you being one way. So it may cost you or lose you a friend, but at what cost were they? And were they really? So you're definitely listening to gossip, you know, you're filtering it for sure. You're not just taking it as it is. And you're smart enough to know there's something in your life that needs to be said. And once you say it, you're not going to take the words back because you actually mean what you're saying. So, you know, it is what it is, right? And the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away. No longer putting time, energy, and effort into something. You're realizing that it is just tiring. You've been at it for quite a while for some of you, but you're realizing it's just you wasting time waiting on things to change, and it's not changing. And you're smart enough now to just say, that's it, I'm done. So you're walking away from something that no longer serves you and onto a much brighter path for yourself. And it's taken you a while to admit that where you were at is not a good place for you. So you're definitely moving out of your comfort zone. And the Two of Swords, look at that. You need to make a decision. It's really tough for you. You know, it's really weighing on you. You're just sort of sitting there not trying to do too much of anything about this, just sort of waiting, but you're also realizing how much more time do you give to something before you make this decision. Because if you don't make the decision, you know, it's difficult and you're weighing your options, but you're realizing if you don't make the decision, the universe makes it for you, and it may not be all that you wanted. So you're trying to make that decision, and it seems to be quite hard for you to do, but you're realizing you're going to do it. So the universe is telling you, make your decision. And you've healed. You're finally opening back up. Looks like there's been a past hurt in your life that really caused you to second guess a lot of things in your life. Like, are people genuine with you? Do they really, when they say I love you or I care or stuff like that, do they? So you really shut down from a lot of that. Once you've been hurt, you realize that, you know, all people are not always what they say they are. So it left a mark on you. And you're healing from that now. You're taking the swords out. You're realizing you can't stay in that denial area anymore. It's time for you to step up, make the choice, and change. So you're taking the swords out, allowing yourself to heal, allowing people to enter back into your life, and being more open to receiving, not second-guessing it or questioning it. All right, so we are going to pick you one more tarot card to get a little more clarity, but it looks pretty clear to me here that you are definitely needing to make a decision, because there is people coming into your life right now that are trying to help you, you know, overcome your challenges. And the Page of Pentacles, yeah, opportunity is right there. So, you know, there's change. It's time to close the deal, you know, get things going again. There's assignments that you have given yourself that you know you need to complete, but you're looking forward to new beginnings. This new opportunity has really changed you, and your finances are looking up. They're starting to grow. You know, you're taking care of your health as best you can, and right now you're in the right place, mentally as well as physically. So your choices are made from a good place, not a desperation. And that's really good. All right. And your oracle card. Okay. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. So true. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.